I'm live. All right. This is the assassination of Gianni Versace, American crime story. I'm just going to hold off until some people come in. When y'all come in, let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, I will be pulling up my screen. So give me at least 2 minutes, 1 minute or so. How y'all like this episode? Make sure y'all hit like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's going on. It takes forever to pull up. Somebody's there. What's up, whoever that is? Thank you for the like. Did you check out this episode or you just checking the recap? Let me know in the chat. I'm almost got it pulled up. Let me know if there's any lag or anything like that. Okay. And I'm here. So like I said, everybody, how y'all doing? Did you catch the show? What did you think? Let me know in the chat section. If not, it's all good. You only watch the reviews of the show. All right, that's all good. But what's happening in April? You know, sometimes the reviews are a little bit better and a little bit more juicy, straight to the point. So I can dig it. Some shows I feel like that too. But y'all ready? Episode number 3. This episode is called A Random Killing. What a dang on name, and that's exactly what it was. This is the Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, episode 3 of 9. The 9th episode is going to be the finale, which is not happening until March 21st, so stick with me. Stay with the show, which is on FX. It's pretty dang on good. We know in the end, the timeline is basically July 15th, 1997. That's when Gianni was murdered in Miami Beach, Florida, and he was played by Edgar Ramirez. We did not see him this episode, which I like. I actually like that part of the show. We're actually just following Andrew Cunanan on his craziness. This fool is a nut job. He is Trey Loco. This dude is off the chain. Okay, so we take it back to May 1997, and if you didn't catch it, April, so basically this episode is one of his killings before he got to Gianni. That's what we're following. And this lady who was the wife of the man who was creeping, living a double life, his name was Lee Miglin. And his wife was a QVC queen, Angela from Who's the Boss. If y'all familiar with her, that's exactly, the face is familiar, the tone is familiar. That's why it's Angela from Who's the Boss. And we're in Chicago. Like I said, it's spring of 1997, a couple months before Gianni's killed. And this is just figuring out more about what's up with this guy and these random freaking killings. Why is he choosing these men with money, men with heavy pockets, men with a great job? Right, Judith Light, thank you. That's the actress named Judith Light. Thank you, April, in the chat section. So she gets home from her long trip and she's like, well, where's Lee? I can't find my husband. I'm thinking, oh Lord, this man is dead upstairs in the bubble bath. And he wasn't. He ends up creeping on her. He just had a double life. He was very supportive of her, yet he wanted something just not her. He wasn't looking for her at the end of the day. So we go through the house when she gets home, and we see that dated old school ice cream that's been out. You know how ice cream gets all foamy and nasty. You know it's out. A ham with a big chef's knife in the middle of it. I'm like, no! It's just getting very suspenseful, and then you're just like, what is going on? And we end up later on in the episode finding out Cunanan went ham with the freaking tape. Again, the last episode we saw him duct tape somebody's mouth. This episode, y'all, he didn't got the tape out again on somebody. He stuck a glove in the man's mouth, tied him up with the dang on electrical, the orange cord from the garage. I said, no, Cunanan, no, man, what are you doing? You're doing too dang on much. He's a mental case. But so Marilyn is in denial this entire episode about her husband. And even when the police came, she's just like, they're basically showing how the audience would feel. Well, why isn't she showing any emotion? Why isn't she crying? Why is she upset that her husband is deceased? And so she kind of has her emotion play out in front of a mirror this episode. It's very similar to Bernadine on Waiting to Exhale. If you're familiar with the movie Waiting to Exhale, 10-second recap on Waiting to Exhale. One of the characters, she's talking to herself, putting makeup on, and that's when you really get to understand her character and her frustration in her marriage. Same with Marilyn. She's putting on dabs of her perfume. That's your favorite. I love Waiting to Exhale too. And that's her scene, putting on her perfume, which is called Pheromone. And she even says to a point, you want me to cry? You want to see me cry? Is that what a wife is supposed to do? But to see her reflections be her emotions, that was pretty dope. And girl, April, guess what? Lee, her husband, sat in that chair when she went out of town. He sat in her chair, her makeup chair, and put on that perfume. He just dabbed a little here, a little there, a little here, and he felt himself and had a drink. Not orange juice. He had a little dark liquor. I said, oh my God, he's changing. He's becoming who he always is when she's not around, what he wants to do. And that's where he had this relationship with a man, had this secret relationship with Cunanan. I do declare. But we could talk about him. His character is actually someone from MASH. So we have two legends, two familiar faces. Oh, snap, 4 watches, 4 likes. Hey, I'm trying to get there. I appreciate you guys. If you're here, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get them 1,000 subs. I appreciate you, April. You're really holding it down. I thank you, girl. Excuse me. Well, Marilyn's rubbing elbows at this governor's kind of meeting or whatnot in Illinois. And it's a guy from MASH. Like I said, it's Honeycutt, and he's playing Lee, who is her husband. He's basically this Midwest legendary builder. And he was going to make basically a building be the largest building in the world. It looked like Gotham Batman. It was going to look like Gotham straight up and down. It was beautiful. And he had a vision. Well, Cunanan was like, hey, don't you want it to be your name, like your namesake? Like, you don't want it to be Midland Towers? And he's like, nah, I just want it to be this. And he's trying to tell him it's supposed to be all about you. And he's saying a different thing. So try to make it more so vain, which reminded me of another episode. Dang, what was it called? Survivor's Remorse. Do y'all remember that show? It got canceled. And they had that episode where the guy had the African American Museum, and she was saying change the name. It was kind of on that vibe. What else was going on? I thought one of the best quotes was Marilyn saying, "My Lee is the American dream," because this entire season, Andrew's been trying to figure out what's his American dream. Having fame like Gianni, being known, having wealth, looking good, feeling fly, the same way he felt when he pulled up in New York and he was in that Versace store, sitting at the table, which was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that table, the chairs, come on, the book, the jacket, everything in that store was gorgeous. And that's the lifestyle he wants and he is aspiring for. And it's almost like he gets a taste of it with every man that he interacts with and has this sexual relationship with, and ends up murdering. Getting that tape. My goodness, for the body. For the body, you're willing to lose your life. I can't. What else was going on? Oh, one of the defining moments of the episode where you knew Lee was into something else, like, you gotta go? All right. April, you can check the episode back later, the recap, okay? I appreciate you coming through. Thank you. But you knew something was going to happen because Lee got a phone call and you saw a man's statue, a naked man's, either a statue or an award that he had won, and Andrew's on the phone. So you're like, whoa, this is where it changes. And I thought that was beautiful for them to just, sprinkle it in there and make your mind shift along with everything. But this guy, man, Andrew, he was delusional. He's saying, hey, I could be more than an escort. I could be a partner. I could even be a husband. Which, how would he react to Antonio? Right? If Antonio is always by Gianni's side, will he have a relationship with him? Even though to the public they're saying, hey, they weren't, I guess no one else was involved in their relationship or whatever was going on. I don't know. Something to figure out later on in life, I guess, if they release it to the public. But yeah, so Andrew did three things in that garage that freaked me out: the glove, the tape, the punch. When the blood hit the floor, that was gross. It freaked me out. I was like, oh man, this is going too far, because he almost went too far in that hotel room with another gentleman in Miami Beach, remember? Well, like he said, he wants the world to see. I want the world. You don't want the world to see this building. You don't want any of that. No. It's Adam. This show. This show's pretty dang on interesting. Death or disgrace? What would you rather have, death or disgrace? And this guy would rather, obviously, not be publicly shamed. He'd rather you just let him go. And that's exactly what happened when that concrete hit him. My goodness. He said concrete can build and concrete can kill. And when he said that, I'm like, wow, Darren, Chris, you are slaying this role. Like the words on script are one thing, but when he can really just deliver every time, he's doing an outstanding job as Andrew Cunanan, and I can't lie. Concrete can kill or build. My goodness. Well, to see that fool go from red car to red car, I thought that was very interesting, because the truck in Miami was red, right? The red Jeep Grand Cherokee that he had, and the green Lexus that it's almost like green with envy or whatnot as far as the Lexus, for him to take that. Look, lock your doors. If anything, if you didn't take anything from that episode when he followed that man and snatched his life away in the basement, lock your door. It could have saved him so much. He could have just saved him so much. My goodness. Episode 3, a random killing. Still on the lookout. The police are always one step behind. There was no Detective Weeder as far as Dasha Polanco this episode. No Gianni. No really mention of anyone Versace except for the store that he walked into. And he kind of had this I want to be you moment almost. They kind of made Gianni feel like a god in the book. Bigger than a fashion icon. The way the men on the opposite page of the ad were kind of just like in awe of him, and he's just sitting there so elegant, That was pretty cool what they're setting up for that meeting. And episode number 3 was good. I can't complain. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I will check y'all out next week. That about that. Until the next time. Peace.